Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, tonight I have a really good one. We got to go into Chicago again. I know I don't want to go there, but we have to. Now, to set this up properly, Chicago is the same place, gun control mecca, where Lori Lightfoot, the mayor there, her newest gun control scheme is to sue for damages gangbangers indicated in criminal violence. You can't make this up. I did videos on it a while ago. Anyway, like a week and a half ago. But what we're going to talk about tonight is an article from the Chicago Tribune, which did a really good job. So hat tip to them, to be honest. I want to hit this because there's an instance where one individual firearm was found linked to 27 individual shootings in Chicago. This is fascinating. This article goes into a lot of detail, and they completely miss how gun control is failing and would not have worked in this scenario. It's linked in the description box below, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. But spread this out. Facebook it, parlor it, send it wherever you want, because this is a huge part of the gun conversation that we are going to bring onto the battlefield of ideas. But enough of that. Let's dive in. I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are. A gun was stolen from a small shop in Wisconsin. Officials have linked it to 27 shootings in Chicago. Okay, right off the bat, 27 shootings. That is so many, and it's linked through the casings and the firing pins and all the different marks that the ATF does. So it's 27, but that's not the point. The point is 27. And also, in this, tell me at any point where you see where gun control would have fixed this. Here's the setup. With the solid crack of a crowbar, the hooded burglar sent the showcase glass showering onto the gun shop's floor and quickly swept several pistols into his shoulder bag. Right off the bat, the entry into this market for this gun was from a federally firearm legal dealer into the underworld through theft. This is now an illegal firearm perpetrated by a theft. Keep that in mind. Among the cachet that New Year's morning at Northern Wisconsin gun shop was a lightweight 9mm handgun with a black polymer grip, a black slide, and a 4.5-inch barrel. That's a Glock 17, people. It took all of about 20 seconds for the handgun and 8 others to slip from the secure display of the federally licensed firearms dealer and into the underground gun market. And that's the point. The origin of this whole story is crime. You're going to see that it continues with crime, but also something I want you to note. The first transfer, even though it was illegal, it's still a transfer from the federal firearms dealer into the criminal's hands that stole this gun is 1. Anything beyond that to another person, let's say one person did 27 instances, well, that's 2. Or it could be a max of 27, so it's either 2 or 27, right? You don't know that because they didn't investigate these pieces. There were no one arrested or criminal charges were never pursued. Maybe they were sued. I don't know. But the point is, it's 2 to 27. That's the max in men. A little over a month, it was on the streets of Chicago where it would be fired over and over and over, linked to some 27 shootings before it was taken off the streets. An extended magazine, which increases firepower, was attached. It doesn't add firepower, adds quantity. Not why we're here, doesn't matter. The point is, this is linked to 27, which was originally inserted into the Chicago Underground Network through a crime. But listen to how it was actually discovered, because this part really blows the mind off, just everything. The trail of the Glock from that smashed glass case in Superior, Wisconsin, to its recovery during a street stop gives a glimpse at a world where any handgun is a hot commodity, offering the currency, protection, and power that drives violent street conflicts. They seem to miss something there. During a street stop, it was found. It was not found at the scene of a shooting. It was not found on a victim. It was found during a stop of the police. The police stopped an individual. They found the gun and linked it to 27 others. All this occurred, up to 27 different transfers, with 27 different instances of shootings, with no conclusion, by the way, in a gun control zone. This original purchase was not a straw purchase. No one legally bought it. No one legally bought it and then gave it to somebody else. This was not a ghost gun because the serial number was on it. Every main narrative that they're trying to spin right now, this had nothing to do with anything that occurred here. What we're dealing with is criminal elements criminally. Criminal's going to criminal, just like tyrant's going to tyrant. It's really interesting. Criminal's going to criminal, so then tyrant's to tyrant us. I don't understand that. But the only legislation that is possibly have any effect on this is when it affects legal gun owners like ourselves. This is not going to affect these criminal elements because it transferred hands a maximum of 27 times, minimum of 2. No questions were asked. In fact, in this article, it goes through a bunch of the different owners that were all illicit purchases. This whole thing reeks of gun control does not work, and it will never work. It's never worked anywhere it's tried. Anyway, This part right here is also fascinating, the way they ended this out, because they go into the next piece. Again, damnation of gun control. Through the end of July, Chicago police said they had recovered more than 7,200 guns in the city, up 28% over this time last year. Now, let's just assume all 8 of these guns that were stolen in Wisconsin fled into that Chicago market because it's an artificial market created by legislation. That's what's happening. But 7,200 guns just completely ignored all gun control legislation that was in place, and they became criminals anyway. Or were they already criminals and needed the gun and they didn't care? And that's the point. And I'm willing to bet you there are probably tens of thousands of more guns that they have not found or caught. That might be 1%, 10% of the guns in Chicago. But that goes back to the point of suing people, giving them money not to shoot people like San Francisco is doing. All these gun control narratives are obfuscating the point of we have a cultural rot issue in our heart level on a nation. We have removed bigger and greater things to focus on, and we are now dealing with the consequences because government cannot fill that void. And that's what I've got for you guys tonight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Bullet Points. I'm Braden, signing out.